So, I am back on UFL again after a week of not really posting any content. Now, a lot of you guys keep asking me why haven't I been posting content. Well, let me just kind of go into detail with it. So, at the moment, we are playing Showdown. We've got 3 wins, 1 draw, and a loss, right? You can see here, we've drawn 0-0, rage quit, and then won 3-2. Now, we're going to be covering these 2 games here in the footage you're about to see. But the reason why I haven't been covering a lot of UFL content as of right now is because, 1, the game is, for me personally, extremely stale. And there is only 1 or 2 ways to win in games. Now, you can't play normal football. I know you can't do that in football games anyway, like FC and pairs. You have to play a specific way or a specific meta, right? I get that. But with UFL in particular, there is literally 3 ways to play. When you get 1 goal up or start the game, 5 at the back. Best defensive line because your AR will get in the way more. Secondly, snapshots. Passing the ball and shooting instantly is going to be your best way to score. And then third, of course, rainbow flicks. Now, we're going to go ahead and cover all of that in this video. So let's go ahead and get into some of the footage as I was talking about that I've recorded from those games in Showdown. In case you know what I'm talking about, I will refer to the first couple games. So the first game that we got the loss, and then the 2 games after that. So let's get into those games now. So into our first game, as you know, is going to be the game that we lost the first one. Now, very, very strong team. I did get a good record last week. So in terms of how this is supposed to work, would make sense. Now, look at the goal I consider. Don't get me wrong, this guy was unbelievably good. I deserve to lose. But first 5 minutes in, I make a tackle, doesn't intercept, bounces off, gets a rebound, taps it in. That is the epitome of UFL right now. I'll show you just a little bit more in slow motion. You can see, go to make a tackle here, bad defending. I do recover, doesn't lunge, maybe should be a penalty, not given. Courtois doesn't pick the ball up, and then bang, instantly into an easy save, tap in. Very, very similar in UFL. Now, the second game, that game I lost 4-1 or 4-0, I rage quit. Now, this is the second game that was 0-0. Now, I have to control the centre mid here when I'm playing 4 at the back because he's trying to pass it across and do the snapshot. No issues with him doing that. I don't mind it being in the game if it wasn't the only way to score. But you see here, this is why the running with 1 player is so broken, and we'll get back to this in a second, is because you can get away from the midfield. Now, you can see here, we both had 3 shots, both had 1 shot on target. Really boring game. But into the second half, again, it's playing good balls over, and you can do manual defending. You see there, I switch to the player, intercept the pass, and then 1 pass from my centre-back to my striker eliminates his whole team. And now I can carry on and run it through, and this is where the game has got very stale because he's just controlling his centre mid. I'm doing the same. AI's going to be in their positions perfectly. Finally get a little bit of space to Haaland, go to shoot, and he certainly tried to pass it and kicked it in the wrong direction. Then we get a corner, which is where the snapshot goal comes in. The only other way to score, as I mentioned, trying to wiggle some space, pass it in, bang, first time shot. The most consistent shot you can have. He saves it. Now, here's the reason why this shot's so consistent. You'll see we get another corner. With the same corner, we're going to try it again, but I'm going to take a touch this time, and then we are going to shoot. And just watch the save from Flecken here. So you go, Mbappe touches, save. Unbelievable save inside the box. Again, look at Mbappe, penalty spot. The defender should intercept it anyway. Don't get me started on that. But look at that. Saves it from his own goal, like backwards to save it. Now, I know these are all going to be fixed soon, and I know, obviously, I've been testing the super test myself and the beta, but the interceptions are a massive problem in this game. Shooting inside the box is another huge problem, and you can see they only had 4 shots, 1 on target. I had 8 and 5 on target, 0-0. Another game that sums up UFL. Now, into this game, this guy was doing the same things I was doing. The speed boost, the snapshots, rainbow flicks to try and beat the system. Now, you can see here, absolutely terrible, disgusting goal from me. And you can see he's fuming with the pause in. But I get a goal 6 minutes in by using just 1 run with 1 player. No passing, can't play normal football. I have to do this sprint boost to even have a chance. Don't worry, my opponent does it to me several times, so it's even plays. You see here, now I go to tackle this because he's doing the same thing. My AI just ignores him. I play a switch, AI ignores him, cuts back, and luckily enough, I can defend the cutback pass. And then we get ourselves on a counter-attack down the other way. Over the top through ball doesn't work, and he's offside. But look at his reactions to getting that anyway. Terrible. But we are going to capitalise on that later. So we do a bit of skill here. Get away from some dodgy defending. Terrible pass from me. But watch this. 1 pass into centre mid. Again, interception not working. Our AI doesn't intercept. And then he's going to speed boost his way through because I can't catch him. Again, this is the only way to score in this game. But you can see, I defend it perfectly. It rebounds straight to his Mbappe to score across goal. And again, I control it to block the pass. My AI is going to step in. And then I switch to the other defender, and he just ignores the ball like it never happens. Now, you could blame me for that. Say bad defending. Oh, I would have stopped that. But there's not really much more I can do. Now, the same thing, Adama Traore. Sprint, 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 sprint. Can't control my defense because I'm so scared he's going to get a penalty or something. Keeper makes a save. And then his Rashford misses an open goal, which must be infuriating for him. He should have scored that as well. I win the header, and then we do the same thing. A little bit of ball roll here and there. Looking for an option. There isn't really many passes, so I have to get the rainbow flick to open the space. Terrible, but it works. We get a free kick. Now, that's the reason why I did it. Not only to try to get a goal, but a free kick. Because now I'm going to play the free kick short, and I'm going to smash it across goal first time. 9 out of 10 times, this is a goal, right? But again, inside the box, keeper makes a pretty good save or a terrible shot from Longstaff. No worries, it is what it is. Then we have the counter-attack. AI doesn't intercept. Manley doesn't intercept. Speed boost all the way through. Can't catch him. Nice little low-driven goal. Just to show you again, I am controlling Locatelli at the CDM role. No interception there. No worries. Okay, I'm going to run back. Second man press to try to push him off the angle. Realise he's got it. Trying to switch to my Van de Ven. It's too late here. Snapshot into the bottom of the goal. And that's just the speed boost. That is the only way you're going to create space. Now, here we go. It's another goal over the top this time. And these are also broken because, look, his AI tries to control it with his feet. I get a chest down, and then he moves his keeper out of the way. And it's an easy finesse in the end. But even if he didn't move his keeper, it's an easy finesse. So you can see here, ball over the top. He switches. Perfect defending from him. But because my player is going to chest it and his is going to control it with his foot, it's going to be an easy goal for me. And that's such a shame for my opponent because he can't do anything else to stop that. Just like the speed boost. Now we're going to get into the final goal here, talking of corners. So again, doing the low-driven pass in, one more touch, pass, should be a guaranteed goal, but inside the box, fantastic save. And this is why people don't cross as much. So I go to cross it, now watch Haaland at the top of the screen. He's in a perfect position, wide open, and it locks on to the wrong player. And that happens too many times. You can see here, he had 5 shots, 4 on target. I had 5 on target. We're both using broken mechanics to win the game. And I get myself in a situation here where I'm dribbling all the way through. Casemiro doesn't want a header. Another AI problem, but it is what it is. We win the tackle back, and we are now going to push ourselves into this area. Now, this is where the scummy tactic number 3 comes in. Rainbow flick into sprint, into the low-driven goal he scored against me. I did the rainbow flick before, and you can see he's furious about it. I don't blame him. But for me to win this game, they are the goals I have to score. And I've switched to 5 at the back as well because I need to seal up the run because he's doing the speed boost and I've got to try and shut that down. Now, this is where the other problem comes in. This is an FC as well. I'm desperately trying to select Locatelli here to put him, Casemiro at centre mid. And you see, look, finally get there. And I want to be Locatelli and then bring on Twenzebe. So I win this game in the end by playing 5 at the back. Horrible, I know, but I had to seal it because of the sprint. And that's where we ended up being. Now, you can see some of the goals here on the replay, but you could go watch them back in slow motion. So let's head back over from the game footage back into what you can see on my screen now. So the reason why I haven't doing a lot of UFL content as of right now, and I am super testing the game at the moment. We've had quite a lot of phases, as you know, or you don't know. But there's a lot of big changes coming, and it is quite exciting. Whether they actually translate through or not, I don't know. So I don't want to say too much. But you can see here, even in like my divisions, where is it? Divisions, I've just barely played anything. We've won a few games here and there, drew a game, and then you can see in my divisions in terms of showdown as well, we won 1, lost 1, draw 1. So we're doing okay in terms of winning and stuff, but it's just, the game's just really, really difficult to play because of how it's coded now. And again, I am one of these people, we have to win games. I've got challenges to complete, right? Just like everybody else, I've got to complete these challenges of win back-to-back or score X amount of goals or win X amount of ranked games. If everybody's playing the same way, you have to join them. It's really, really hard to be rewarded in this game for the way you play. Like, you could play the best impressive passing play and you still won't score the easy chance, or you can score a rainbow flick, dribble through 10 players and score the easy goal. Now, my other issue with this game in particular is, I don't know if it's the same for you guys, maybe it's just me, but it feels like it's a one-on-one simulator with the 10 AI versus each other. So your AI does what it wants to do. You have to control that one person in the middle of the pitch to intercept, to tackle, to pass, to move. Now, I'm not expecting my AI to intercept all the time or tackle all the time or make any passes, but there's just no intelligent runs from my AI. So they'll be through on goal. I have to manually run them through on goal. Or I can control Mbappe or Haaland or Rashford myself, sprint, boost all the way through, do a couple skills, and then have better opportunity than waiting for either, if I'm Rashford, waiting for my Mbappe or my Haaland to even move. I get this message all the time, and it's quite funny. I get called that I'm a pay-to-win team. Yes, I've got some of the best players in the game, but I also don't have some of the best players, and let me just elaborate on this a little bit, right? So in terms of divisions, we have got 188 wins, 124 losses, 62 draws. So that is over 350 games, more or less, quick maths, right? On top of that, I play Showdown every single weekend. And let's say I draw 5 games, I win 10, and I lose 5. That's 20 games every single time. Now, with boosters on top, we are going to get ourselves around 1 million CP every game. So 20 million every weekend. Plus, I'm doing the challenges on top, which we're going to give us X amount of million a day or whatever, and then the weekly ones, right? So eventually, if you play this game over 500, 600 games and you don't change players, like, for example, my Godfrey's got 183,000 experience. If that doesn't tell you that I don't play the game a lot, I don't know what does. Longstaff, my captain, 181,000 experience. Then we've got ourselves Calafiori, 127,000. For example, you see, like, the list goes on and on. But if I were to buy a brand new centre back, which I'm going to soon, that's going to give me 10,000 with the 67 million CP I've got, right? And once I finish the Showdown as well, I should get about 10 million on top plus all the other games I get. If I can get 15 wins again, as we know, that's going to be 50 million CP, right? So that's just basically how this works. And this is what goes on to my other issue that I mentioned in previous videos, is what happens when everybody gets to 91 rated teams. Now, if you are playing in divisions, just like I am, you'll notice anyone from Ruby 1 upwards has a full 91 rated team, more or less, give or take like 1 or 2 positions. Now, the issue I have with that is there's no longevity in the game, and everybody, let's say this is the ceiling, the full 91 rated team. You are day 1. Everybody was here day 1. People who spent money got the advantage. Then, once you hit 91, you hit the ceiling, as we call it. Everybody that started day 1 and plays this game every single day is catching you up. You've got nowhere to go. They're catching you up. And then eventually we plateau at full 91 rated teams. I'm talking about everybody in general, not just one person that plays it once a week or someone that plays it every single day. But eventually everybody's going to hit 91 rated. Then what happens? For example, my Haaland or my Mbappe. They are 91 rated. I've gone ahead and put on 2 more skill points on him. So the more I play with this Mbappe in particular, I need 40,000 XP. I'm going to get another skill point. That's going to maximize him on Bullseye, right? Until we get another skin that boosts up that in particular. Then I can move on to something next. For example, low-driven shots, if they become the meta. Or, I don't know, set-piece expert. Or one-timer, blah, blah, blah. So this card becomes stronger and stronger the more I play. The issue you guys have is once you get to 91 rated, you've got nothing else to achieve. So all you end up doing, and I speak to a lot of the German community, and a lot of them are right up the top of the divisions in Premier, they're just saving their CP for when icons come, or legends, what you want to call them, or new players get added, and then they're going to buy them straight away. So anyone that does play this game every single day is going to have an unbelievably good team by the time UFL sort this out. Now, I don't know how to fix it. I'm not saying let's go ahead and bring a reset and reset everybody's skills and their ratings. But I do find that there is a big issue going on here, like right now, where is once my Courtois is 91 rated, I move on to the next player, right? My Casemiro is nearly, I got him from the team pass, 160,000 experience, 90 rated. So you could go, oh, your Casemiro's pay to win from the team pass. I wish I took Jonathan David instead, but I didn't. My Chiesa I bought, and you can go back and check all these videos. You can see my team as it progresses over. And like, we're just going to get stuck where everybody has the same team. Everybody has 91 rated players. No one knows what to do with their CP anymore because you don't need to buy anybody else unless you wanted to get like someone for a challenge, like a Portuguese player or something, for example. Then yes, you could pop that card in and there you go, you start again. But there's just nothing to do with your team. So going back to the whole point of this video, the reason why I haven't been doing a lot of UFL content is I just find the game very, very difficult to play in terms of just enjoyment and rewarding. And it's just doing the same thing. It's like a simulation of just going through the same broken tactics over and over and over again until we get to a certain point of where the games where I've done my challenges and there we go. But hopefully you guys kind of understand, or you're going through the same thing. I do keep an eye on a lot of channels and a lot of feedback everybody's saying. Feels like majority, I could be wrong here, but majority of the community does kind of like feel like the game's got very stale. I have been doing the super test. Interesting things coming out with that. Let's see what happens. But I'll catch you in the next UFL video. Whether that's going to be content based or not, who knows.